Welcome back to the Game of Thrones mod. We have a lot to do with this character because there was a comment on yesterday's episode that said if we right-click our character portraits, we'll be able to see all of the decisions the Citadel offers us without having to become a maester. So if we right-click here, well, thank you, game, we can see here that obviously we can brew the milk of the poppy and all that garbage, but we can choose a maester specialization if you have 10 links, which is what I sort of assumed we were able to do last episode. More importantly, we can write a great work. As long as we've got a specialization and has a have 3 links in our chosen specialization, we can write a great work, which record your life's work in posterity in a book to be kept to the Citadel Library. Is that a magnum opus that we get control of? I honestly don't know, or whether that just goes to... That would kind of suck if it actually did just go to the Citadel, huh? But, you know, could still be something very cool. I imagine we'll get some bonuses out of it, if nothing else. Even if we don't get your sort of traditional base game Hermetic Society magnum opus, we might still get something. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's the goal for today's episode, so we're going to give that a go, and along with obviously turning our son into an absolute powerhouse. He's already incredible. He's got 6... I mean, we want to go for a martial character with this kid, right? So it's been pointed out to me many, many times that Willful is the good one, Rowdy is the shit one. I always just confuse the names. Willful is good because it gives ambitious, brave, authoritative, or stubborn, all of which are pretty good. Stubborn is not necessarily good. It's kind of a neutral trait because it does give some bonuses. But ambitious, brave, or authoritative are obviously all incredible. Rowdy is garbage. If we get Rowdy, then we're in serious trouble because that will maybe get rid of Genius. As long as we educate him properly, I mean, we're his educator. We're a decent character right at this stage. What have we got? What, Shield Bearer? Horse Caretaker. There we go, apologies for that. I'm playing as a mercenary band in the other CK2 series we have going on right now, Series B, and that mod essentially messes with the traits a little bit, and it was enabled because of Steam Workshop, so that is now dealt with. Nothing to worry about there. We are no longer a skilled horse handler, or whatever the hell that was last time. So let's focus on this magnum opus and focus on the education of our child, whilst also trying to, you know, the usual stuff. Grab claims, make sure our lords are all empowered, that type of thing. Last 2 days, my wife, Queen Brienne. Oh, I didn't even realize she was called Brienne. That's incredible. Oh, dysentery. Call for a court position at once. If we could get another backup son out of her first, that would be incredible. I always butchered it. Health -1. She's got dysentery, which is a health -4. She could be dead. She could be very much about to die immediately. Who's her heir? Oh, shit, it's my son. Oh, God, that's really bad, because then if she dies, this kid is going to become a lord, which obviously can cause some issues. I'll talk some sense into him. Let's talk some sense into Master Jorah. Oh, shit, please don't die. Is there anything we can do to stop this? No. Well, good luck. She's going to die. She's going to drop down dead immediately. Oh, she's doing well. So, put your tournament. My wife's dying. My good wife. My genius wife. We're not going to get another one of these in a hurry. She lives. Okay, thank God. That could have been bad for obviously the reason that A, we wouldn't get another genius wife, we wouldn't be able to get another genius son, but B, our son would inherit, and like I said, that causes a whole world of issues, like education-based problems. Also, couldn't go on a foreign tour, or at least we couldn't demand him to go on a foreign tour, which would suck. Okay, so, how long until we can get... I suppose we've just got to now wait for the event to fire, whereby they ask us to go back to the Citadel constantly, and then we've got to forge, was it 3 more, I believe, chains? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, so 3 more chains. And then we're well on our way to getting our specialization. Then we've got to forge 1 more chain after that. And then we can write magnum opus. I'm not sure... Well, there we go. I'm not sure which one we actually want to go for, though, in terms of... Oh, she's pregnant, too. That's great. Which one in terms of our specialization? I mean, warfare would be kind of cool. We've also got 70 diplomacy. I mean, building in general is always just incredibly useful, huh? Like actually getting architecture or something like that seems like it could be kind of good. Let's wait and see. We've got Bravery, Law, Medicine, or Metallurgy. Now, we should be very careful about what we pick here. I think I'm going to stick with... I mean, what about Metallurgy? Sounds like it could be kind of useful. Let's go for Law. That should be most illuminating, I agree. We'll go for Law. We'll focus on things that might be good for the realm, because at least that way, I mean, I can't imagine Ravenry, if we choose to specialize in Ravenry or something like that, whether or not that's going to be any use, if you can. I imagine you can only specialize in maybe the base game traits, like Strategist, like I said, Diplomat, things like that. We made a friend. Oh, shit, well, that was useful. What have we got then? What's our next garbage ambition we can pick, because we've really got nothing else that we want here. 5 children. Sure, I'll take it. That seems like a pretty good ambition to have, because that would just come true normally via gameplay anyway, without having to specifically focus on it. 36,000 men. My God, the Stormlands are hefty, huh? And claim Chittering Brook. I want to wait for that to become a Duchy level tile. We've got the money for it, and obviously taking 3 titles in one fell swoop would be kind of nice. These guys we can always border dispute if we get the right if we get the right traits for it. What do we need? Ambitious, ruthless, greedy. Are we not on the business focus right now? We are. So eventually we're going to get greedy anyway. Well, in theory, we will randomly eventually get greedy, which is obviously quite nice. And that is our 8th link on our Maester's chain. This is so weird that we can do this weird sort of learning-based focus through everything. My God, we're up to 20 diplomacy now. Unbelievable. Father calls Duran, pulling on my arm, pleading to play with him in his latest toy, completely oblivious to all the important work I'm in the middle of. Sometimes his kick can be really insufferable. Kick him. No. Neglect your responsibilities for Duran's sake, or there's 20% chance of him gaining any one of the skills out. Well, he's guaranteed to gain a skill in something. Ideally, martial, I guess, seeing as we're going for the martial education. 30% chance of him gaining kind. Oh, 30% chance of us gaining kind. I'll take kind. He got intrigue. Okay, intriguing. We actually didn't get kind either, which is what I wanted out of that event. I don't know why you would ever say no to that. Well, we gain cruel and your kid doesn't get a point. I suppose you're educating a kid that... Oh. Nah, the river will take you, Glendon. Duran, you need a name. Let's think. What about, gotta think of another goddamn weather now. We've had hail, we've had fog, we've had sleet, we've had mist. Is there anything like... Have we had just rain? I don't know that we've had just regular old plain... Oh, like snow? We've definitely not had snow. Snow Durandon. Well, that's going to be confusing, seeing as Snow is a bastard name. Alright, let's go for, I mean, Garbage Son, you're not good for diplomacy, so we might as well just go for Struggle and see if you also come out a good soldier. He's got the face for it. Now, in terms of realm management, we're doing incredibly well. I mean, a lot of our vassals like us a lot, to be honest with you. It's not even like a 50-50 split or anything like that. It's just all the lords like us a decent amount, especially the high lords. We've got no high lords below 51, which is a fantastic situation. Besides our wife, because we're a Clement on the Stormlands, and this random dude who's leading a Faith of 7 uprising that's been going on for about 400 years now. Wait, no, he's just straight up our vassal. He wasn't at war. He's just straight up our vassal. Okay. Oh, no, he is at war. There we go. Okay, Lord of Duskendale. He's only got 200 men. Why is he still here? Because he's been here for bloody ages. Commander in war. He's ended it. Good. Thank you. Stand down for the good of the round. That's perfect. And these guys are still Stormlanders, right? Just double check that. Yeah, they're good. Nothing to worry about there. Fine. House Red Sky. So people wanted me to check on the houses very briefly, and also maybe the High Lords and things like that. Just generally do a little bit of maintenance. You might want to skip forward a few minutes if you're not interested in just sort of the realm. So in Sunspear, we still have the Martells. They're still leading Dawn. House Florin of the Reach. We have House Westerling still in the Westlands. Great name suited for that. We've got the Tullys still in Riverrun. Kind of surprised they've survived this one, to be honest with you. 20 living members, so they're doing pretty well for themselves. In the Vale of Arryn, we have, of course, House Arryn in the Vale. 13 living members. They're doing pretty alright for themselves as well, seeing as they generally only start with one living member. But I guess adopting your family's coat of arms is working out quite well. And then we have Marek Stark, a frightening boy. He's a weird mix. Flamboyant schemer, sturdy, skilled fighter, duelist. So he's like good at intrigue, good at personal combat, shit at regular martial though. That's kind of an interesting character, huh? Can get people killed. That's the type of guy I like. And he's got Longclaw as well. Wait, oh, because I guess John had it, and then John died and went back to the family Stark, and then that's become their new sword, because obviously they've lost ice at some stage then. Find out what happened to that. How are House Stark doing? 6 living members. They should be okay, because obviously House Karstark came back for a while, and they sort of took back on their family tree. Oh my god, look at this. They are still descendants of Eddard, though, aren't they? We've got Rickon, Eddard, Stark. Yeah, no, they are still descendants of the original House Stark there. Cool. Then, of course, we've got the Iron Throne beyond the wall for whatever goddamn reason. On the Iron Throne right now sits our boy, Desmond Redfort. Great name. It looks like that guy from the Yogscast. You guys know the one I'm on about. You guys probably watch them. All right, let's go for the books. Let's take a look at things. Owners of Valyrian Blades. So, swords. I want to find out what happens to this. We've got Red Rain under Renly Suite of Glasswater Hall. Tycha Xenos wields Blaze Slicer, 420. Lady Forlorn is under Damon Harding of the Vale. Cool. Vigilance Crabson. I want to find out what happened to Ice. Lord Brandon Stark. Okay, that's cool. It's not the Brandon Stark, obviously, because we're a couple hundred years after he's long dead. And, of course, Marek Stark wields Longclaw. So, House Stark have a couple of... Oh, there is actually a Wielder of Dawn. Interesting. Conran Dane. Is he the Sword of Morning? So, there's a unique mechanic in the Game of Thrones one, which I've always thought is really, really awesome. If you're a member of House Dane, and you're also a skilled fighter, you can claim the sword of... You can claim to be the Sword of Morning. So Arthur Dane was the last Sword of Morning. Allows them to use the ancestral... I was going to say Valyrian Steel, but that's not right. Valyrian... well, the ancestral sword of House Martell? Wait, what? Hang on. Cletus Dane. What happened to your family? Okay, who's the living member of House Dane, then? Let's try and track him down now. Apologies. Joris Dane? Corin Dane? What the fuck is the Sword of Morning, then? He's got to be here somewhere. Hang on. Alright, you know what? I'll track him down. Give me a minute. Well, there's Arthur Dane, anyway. More to the point, they have a sword that was forged from a meteorite called Dawn. And only if you fall under certain... If you're like a knight or a formidable fighter, then you can claim it and you get given that sword. It's kind of a cool little mechanic. It's kind of an interesting place to play if you're interested in that type of thing. Apparently, it also moved on to Essos there, too. I've taken a little bit of... Tyrosh, normally. They've vassalized Tyrosh? Yeah, they have. Tyrosh is now part of Dawn. Interesting. Normally they don't go over there unless you set, you know, like aggressive expansion in the game rules turn. I've just kept it all as default. That's really interesting. Then, besides that, the other ones who check is, of course, the dragons. But I think as far as dragons go, we are nothing. We are the only owner of a dragon egg in the entire world. So if we fuck this up, we have some serious issues. Oh, I completely forgot about the plot to deal with our wife's bastard son, who is, of course, a drowning Clement to the throne and all that. He could cause us some real issues there. In terms of the Patreon houses, I know people are kind of interested in that. We've got, of course, House 1. What I'm going to do is quickly go. We're not going to spend too long sort of, you know, looking at this. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. Assault Ram for my religion. Say ruler, yes, and assault by rank. So we still have House Pickle Juice, House Red Sky, House of Wholesomeness, of House Corn Dog, Voop Voop, Zul, another Pickle Juice there. Pickle Juice have taken 2 of the High Lordships there. Interesting. Withers and Hawkit. Where have they come from? I don't think they were a patron house. So we've got room for some other people to perhaps rise up and continue with things there. There was, of course, House Cloudless, but they've got enough power that I didn't even really need to check up on them. Time for our 9th link. Let's head over and see what we've got in store for us this time. Warcraft, People and Cultures, Medicine or Metallurgy. We're going to go for Warcraft. Of course we are. That's absolutely the best idea. If we could write a magnum opus on Warcraft, that sounds like it'd be incredibly useful for if and when we get our independence. I mean, it is more of a when, huh? Because the whole point of the series has become the reform the Storm God Faith, etc. So that's going to be definitely a when. Our Maester suspiciously managed to save our mother's life, but not our wife's life. He's merely doing his job. He's won back my respect, but he hasn't won back my friendship or my trust yet. Another king is dead, and we now have Lord Edmure Redfort. House Redfort just in charge of the Iron Throne now. I thought we went back to a elective. Oh, we are elective. Right, okay, and you can elect from the leader's family, right? Wait, we're being elected to the Iron Throne. Wait, what? Oh, no, wait, what? That's not right. I hope the solution would solve itself after the baby came out, but my wife's temper remains a problem. I could try to calm her a little, I suppose. Excuse me, wife. You're too angry. There we go. She actually chilled the fuck out, man. If only that could work in real life. Let's go over to King's Landing in a second. 53 gold. Thank you very much. Let's go over to King's Landing. And let's take a look and why... Okay, so there we go. Now it's working. I think it's just because he'd just taken the throne that hadn't quite worked out. Boris Durandon there. We're 5th in line to the fucking throne. My god, we actually are. Nominate Boris Durandon for the Iron Throne. I guess it's because people haven't actually cast their votes yet. Of course, everybody in the Stormlands is going to vote for us because they're not going to vote for any other person, are they? We could kill off 4 different High Lords there. We might actually get ourselves elected. Mike Castellan. Wait, what? Our Castellan is ahead of us in the running for the Iron Throne? Interesting. Again, I think over time, we're staying up there, though. We are still in the 6th position, 5th position. We might be able to do something about that. I'm going to keep a very close eye on it. We are a great pupil, of course, and that is our 10th, 9th link. I've lost track at this point. I'm pretty sure I said 9th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Yeah, 1 more, then we can specialize. My lord, the finances of the realm are in a poor state. The Iron Throne has an urgent need of gold. I hereby request you provide a loan for House Redfort. Now, we could say yes. He shall take a 5-year loan from us at 25 interest. We lose 300 gold. Or we could just give it him without asking for a favor. That's very weird. This would be good because it means the Iron Throne owe us a great debt. They're not likely to get rid of us because a dead man can't pay his debts. We could also use that favor for perhaps passing laws in our favor, lowering Crown authority even lower to give us a few more years to grab some other provinces within, you know, our realm or within the Crown Stand or even within the Reach, seeing as we've started to build up a decent amount of troops here. The downside to doing this is we aren't guaranteed to get that 300 gold back. There is no reason to say that the King of the Iron Throne won't just turn around and say, yeah, we're not paying you that back, and just take the dishonor. Which point we're 300 gold down, which for us is quite a significant amount, seeing as we only make 8.69 per gold per month, which is a lot more than I thought, to be honest with you. So clearly our building has done a good job. Very well. Fine. For our king, Edmure the Ambitious of the Iron Throne, we will give him the 300 gold in exchange for a favor. He allowed it. Oh, the madman. Okay, I wonder what we can do with that then. This guy wants to join our court. Richard Spymaster of Richmond. Oh, Rainwood. You're okay, but yeah, I'm not spending the 40 gold, especially as we just lost 300 gold to the... We will get it back, and with interest, don't forget. Could demand a council position, actually put ourselves on there. What can we do in terms of laws then? So we obviously can't do anything with the laws because we're not in the council. Oh, he's gone back up to medium brown authority. We're 3rd in line. 3rd in line for the throne. This dude, however, with 142 votes needs to die. Fenton Banefort. True diplomacy. Diplomacy needs to die with not rapturous applause, but with hopefully a plot to kill at some stage. We'll deal with that in a minute. Force a loan to the council and try and lower Crown Authority again actually seems like the best use of this loan. That might would be worth 300 gold to us immediately. It's not super useful right now, because of course right now we don't actually have any claims besides one province, which they might not, you know, be too bothered about. Demand council position. What do we want? Advisor? Should we just take an advisor slot? That's not a bad idea. Or we could actually get power, obviously, if we go for any of the other seats. Become Hand of the King. That would give us some pretty large power, huh? So that's Hand of the King. We can force our way onto that. Do it. Are we now Hand of the King? Hand of the King of the Iron Throne. In exchange for the favor, we paid 300 gold to become the second most powerful man in the realm. Seems like a good deal to me. Alright, supporters are that. The council not allowed to initiate. How did we do it last time? Oh, we just declared war. Shit. We can also claim the chitter input from him if we feel like it. Nah, I'm good. Interesting. We can also request a loan from them back. How the hell would that work? At 5% interest. That's very odd. Just keep going back and forth. While in King's Landing, which we're there now, obviously doing our job as Hand of the King, you visit the Dragon Pit, where once the beasts of old Valyria were bred. The great pits and crumbling walls fill your mind with fantasies of only such beasts live. I like that that actually works if you're just, you know, going to... So we're now in King's Landing. Messing around, doing our job there as Hand of the King, getting maybe doing a little bit of intrigue. Oh, there's got to be something else we can do while we're there rather than just, you know, work. Let me think about what we could set up here. Astronomy, geography, law, or medicine. Obviously, we will go for law. That seems the most appropriate for a ruler. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about that was mentioned on... I believe it was... I can't remember whether it was Discord or whether it was in the YouTube comment section. Oh, God, he's stressing out with law. I mean, it is kind of a stressful subject, huh? Seems pretty appropriate, though, for the Hand of the King to be studying law at the Citadel, so I imagine he's quite happy with that. The King, that is. Come on. You've got to succeed. This is your 10th link, and then you're capable of becoming, you know, ascending to the next level of maesterdom. I've been appointed as your regent. Cool. Not that it matters too much. Man, this takes a long time. I mean, it does obviously take quite a few months to obviously study law. Set up a new law treasurer and just get him to work immediately as well. What do you want to do? Collect some taxes for us? Seems like a good idea. We should probably keep building up Storm's End as well while we've got the money to do so. We just inherited a bunch of gold. Oh, our maester died. How the hell did he have so much gold? Was he embezzling from us? That is obviously a game mechanic, so it could have been. Hey, there we go. I was a little bit worried we wouldn't get that one then. Awesome. We are back. Red gold link added to the treasury. Alright then, so now we can choose a maester specialization. What do? Choose one of the subjects taught the Citadel. Doing so will allow you to choose a lifestyle trait. Okay, so we've got all of our, obviously, various artifacts there. Let's see what they all are associated with. So we can go for... That one is castles and architecture. This one is languages. This one here is history. We've got Warcraft. We've got castles and architecture, obviously. Warcraft, law. Warcraft seems like it might be a good one. I'm genuinely tempted by that one. We've got law again, languages, and coin and arithmetic also might be very, very good. That's a difficult one to choose from. I may go for... I'm very tempted by castles and architecture. So that is the lead link, isn't it? I think platinum link is pointless. Oh, no, hang on. We didn't get the... So when we went on our foreign tour, we obviously had a choice of cartographer or a linguist or something like a diplomat or something along those lines. I imagine it will give us that if we pick the knowledge of languages. I want to go for castles and architecture. Let's make Storm's End great. We're waiting for this kid to come of age. He's going to be the one to hatch the dragon. He's got that plus 100% hatching chance. That's double the chance we've got because we've got no other factors playing into it. So this kid alone is already better than hatch the dragon. He's a 4-year-old kid. Let's do it. Let's choose the most specialization. We want to go for the lead link. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So there we go. Every maester of the Citadel might choose a specialization so that they acquire a third link in said field. Which would you like to specialize? So, massive lead links. Oh, wow. We say none of these interest me, and then we can pick again. Cool. Oh, but it costs 50 gold per go. So that's the lead link. Let's choose platinum link. Oh, they're all the fucking same, huh? Oh. Should I become an authority of platinum links? Or I prefer lead links or iron links. So we can pick one of these three. So linguist gives diplomacy +2, learning +1. So that was right, my last theory. That's incredible. Architect is so good. Sieging plus 20% is alone worth it. Stewardship +2, incredible as well. Build time, build cost -15% is massive. And then the same with the great work. I don't think we can build great works in this. We've got strategist. It's got to be architect. The amount of bonuses you get from that is absurd. So we can really make Storm's End into something great here. And that worked basically exactly as we imagine, right? Man, that's so cool. How do we do the great work? We just need 3 links in the chosen specializations. So the next opportunity we get, we have to go for learning about castles architecture, try and get that final lead link. I don't know whether the missions will be less common now, because obviously they're throwing at them at us before, like every few, or every year, essentially. It was like clockwork. Maybe now, because we're studying for our third link, that's like our final exam, right? That's like our master's thesis or something like that. So maybe that'll take a little bit longer. Maybe the mission will take longer to fire. I'm not sure. Our new maester is here, which means we need to immediately put him to work. Not now. Educating the court, which he is, and our wife is training children in combat. It's a shame that he hasn't picked up anything yet. He is only 4. I'm expecting way too much of him. So we did also just get a Carpenter's Guild and a minus 20% to build time, build cost. How are we looking right now? Still takes a while to build a lot of shit, huh? Even with... So this is giving a minus 15%. This is giving another minus 20% to build time. It's minus 35%. Even then, our quickest building is basic defenses that gives 4 level plus 1. Oh my god. Are you really our best? You're our best steward. I'm going to move him over to, obviously, construction then. Let's try and blast out a couple of buildings while we've got the gold before the Iron Throne asks us for another bloody loan or something. There we go. Man, it actually took no time at all. Thank you. Been appointed as our regent. Of course, we probably actually give out that title at some stage more permanently. Gawain, Lord of Tarth, you are now Master of the Hunt, and we've got no valid candidates for Bodyguard, Dwarf, Court Jester. We'll just leave vacant. That's not really too important, huh? We've also got Righteous Imprisonment against, hopefully, now Lord Ronald the Black. If we'd have got it against that one Faith of the Seven vassal, this guy here, I'm going to mark him as... Oh, we're still trying to antagonize him, aren't we? But it's just not working because we're such a good character. God damn it. Send him an insult. The council say no. That's understandable, really. Why would you want to do that? They're probably all thinking, okay, fine. Well, when we're finished writing our master's thesis, writing our doctorate, Castles and Architecture, there it is. Holy shit. This is our final, it's our final link. Took no time at all. And of course it didn't, because he's an incredible guy who knows everything there is to know about a castle. I mean, it is Storm's End. That's also quite appropriate that one of the biggest castles that Doran took multiple attempts to build would be the one thing we specialise in. Fits into the house quite nicely. Right, great work. Record your life's work for posterity in a book to be kept to the Citadel Library. Lose 500 knowledge. There we go. It actually is just a magnum opus. Now, we're not getting anything out of that by the sounds of it. It sounds as if they're just going to give it straight to the Citadel. Maybe we'll get... Oh, God, he's... Oh, man, I thought he died. No, he's been legitimized. I don't know. Maybe we... Again, maybe we get a copy of it. Maybe we gain some bonuses from it for having written a decent book. All right. We, as the Hand of the King, though, get to decide on all matters of court. So... Gawain Linden, I thought those were kidneys, but clearly in hindsight they're shoes. Guilty of all crimes or innocent, what do we think? Clubfoot, zealous, proud, chaste, greedy, cruel. Doesn't sound like a very innocent man. He made an average defense. This guy is in court as the accused. Northman. His brother is a lord. We could make some enemies here. Find him guilty of all crimes. He's been banished to the wall. That's fair. As long as his head being on a spike isn't our fault, we make some enemies. I'm fine. I think I'm good at dishing out justice. He says as he tries to kidnap a 3-year-old kid. Oh god, we've received news of an epidemic in West. Okay, so that's down on the Summer Isles. That might actually reach us. In fact, I don't think it can get off the Summer Isles, can it? Hang on. Oh, you know what? It absolutely can. So this Golden Head is only one sea province away from Narth. So because this is the sea province of Golden Head and this is the sea province of Narth, that could jump that in theory. Also can follow trade routes, and there is a trade route all the way from bloody, well, this Valerian province, but specifically from Gis down to the Summer Sea. So it could spread through that. It could also jump down from Golden Head to Narth, Narth to Sothorios. Could spread across Sothorios. Does this count as... Okay, so it actually can't get from this area, Gogosos, over to... Gorosh there, and the Cursed City, or whatever the hell it's called. So, unless the trade route affects it, we might see quite a localized plague that we don't have to worry too much about. Let's keep a close eye on things, because we might want to start panicking pretty soon. Hey, that was pretty good. I was simply passing time at a tournament when I came across 2 knights, Arwen, and we gained 1 diplomacy. This character, like I said, has really turned the dynasty around. He's gone from, well, we've gone from garbage to garbage characters over to this guy having incredibly good skills. But it's necessarily for another link. I think we've got enough. Obviously, maesters are expected to wear their links that they craft. That's why in the show, if you've seen it, all the maesters wear chains around their neck. This is the whole system associated with that. With us, though, if we craft any more, we're not going to be able to move. I assume lords don't have to wear their chains, right? Because they're not actually practicing maesters? I don't know. Ravenry, Geography, Medicine, or Metallurgy. Let's go for Geography. That seems pretty appropriate for a lord to know his realms, you know the battlefield, things like that. All right, we'll go for that one. again, I don't think it really matters at all, to be honest with you, but we've got to try and justify it somewhat to our wife why we're spending hundreds and hundreds of hours surrounded by dusty books and why we're not stealing any. You idiot. Hello. I'm here for your books, old man. I won't take no for an answer. We can't because we do. Okay. Please, for the love of God, do not let me forget this. We need to start stealing these books. We've got a genius son. We've gained the Citadel's trust. Now let's put it into practice. Let's get the Fire and Blood. Let's get the Fires of Freehold. This kid with those books, a dragon is inevitable. It's gonna happen no matter what. And you know what we do have enough money for right now? Oversee construction. We build the dragon pit. I'm putting all the money into the dragon pit. It's so possible that we can get the dragon when we play as the genius kid. If we get some books as well, Game Paranoid, I'll take that one. Thank you. This could be great. This could be very great. Now, obviously with the dragon, ooh, on fortifications added to treasury. Okay, cool. We actually get it then. Wait, that's our great work. That's our magnum opus. Oh, that's our magnum opus. Oh, God. On fortifications. Well, to be fair, if there was anybody who was going to write a magnum opus, our guy seems the most appropriate on fortifications. So I assume the way that works is the characters in the non-player characters, the maesters in the Citadel, they also have those options. And when they write it, it probably goes into the Citadel treasury, right? Which is where... Although saying that, these are all just the default books. I don't know. Maybe that's just... Maybe it's metaphor. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. It's like, oh, we're going to the Great Citadel Library. And they can take a copy. It's not like they haven't got printing presses, huh? Unless they don't. I'm sure they must do, right? Regency for Lord Paramount Boris II and Stormlands has ended. And these guys... Oh, man, look at the change this guy's got. It makes us look like shit. What is that one? Ravenry. Oh, that explains why we've never seen it, because we haven't actually done that one. So there is also Valyrian Steel links, which I imagine are impossible to get right now. And that's the study of magic, specifically. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. So that's upgraded our... So what we did last episode, for those of you who missed that for whatever reason, we were at Grey Eminence. We gained the stats associated with Grey Eminence, so the +5 diplomacy and the plus couple of stewardship or whatever, and then gained incompetent scientist instead. And now we can keep leveling this one up. So not only do we have Grey Eminence, sort of, in the background, we also can potentially get level 4 Mastermind Theologian, whatever the equivalent is in this. We now have Dutiful Academic. It's given us more learning and an additional... it's not already give stewardship. No, we're getting stewardship out of it. Nice. That's incredible. We've completely rounded ourselves out here. Look at this. We've, like, bookended it. Our stats are almost like a palindrome there. 20, 12, 10, 11, and 20. Like I said, all it took was the Citadel, and we've completely turned this campaign around. Although the way I phrased that makes it sound like it was in a bad place anyway. Clearly it wasn't, seeing as with the Lords of the Stormlands, which is now super powerful. Dragon Pit is built. So one thing I wanted to say is we don't actually have to put the dragon in the Dragon Pit. So the Dragon Pit, when they're in there, will affect their life expectancy because they're obviously chained up, and it will also affect their size growth, like putting a goldfish in too small of a tank, right? Except it's a massive fire-breathing lizard. We don't have to put them in there. We can pull them out of the Dragon Pit, and then if we're likely to die, if we get hit by quite a hefty disease, speaking of which, we should probably check out what's happening with the plague. If we get hit by a hefty disease, if we get maimed or wounded or mangled, then we can lock the dragon in the Dragon Pit so that when we die, the dragon doesn't fly away. Then our children can try and tame it, but the dragon won't leave Storm's End at that stage. What's going on with this plague then? It has done... Oh, no, that's Red Death. Okay, I thought it done exactly what I suggested and it spread over there, but no, it is stuck by the looks of it on the Summer Isles. That's great. With Summer Isles, that's Elder Scrolls. Wait, are they called the Summer Isles? Oh, they are called the Summer Islands. High Elves. It's not High Elves. It's just these guys. Summer Islanders. R'hllor. Oh, God, that's gotten out of hand, huh? Oh, it's only one, guys. Nothing to worry about. Wow, look at that. A genius daughter as well. Sweet. Okay. Lady Aline. Let's name you, Snow, Rain. What the weather types are there? Sunny. I mean, I know that's supposed to be the Stormlords of Stormdranon, and Sunny clearly isn't a storm, but I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Also, it does make sense because she's a daughter. It's like a double pun, huh? Or not really because she's a daughter. I just said that. Let's go for, etiquette. I mean, humility. Let's go for humility. Teach to be a proper lady so that we can try and get a nice, decent, no, I don't want to... Oh, man, I thought I was betrothing her off then. No, we do want to give her a guardian. We are looking for someone who's... Let's educate her ourselves. Why not? We haven't got anyone else to educate. It's not like we've got a second son. Oh, we absolutely do. Oh, but he's ugly. You know what? Chuck him at anybody. I don't want to look at that face every day. He was a good lord. He was a good fighter, more importantly. You know what? His mother can deal with him. It's half her fault that he's ugly. Once again, his time at the Citadel has been very productive. And that is another link. But more importantly, it's time. They think we've left. We're coming straight back. We're coming straight back for our books. Still, they might kick us out of the society for this, obviously, but I imagine they probably will. Blood and fire. Who will be our accomplice? We are a genius now. We know the machinations of the Citadel. We know the secret back door. Oh my god, our stats are like perfectly balanced. We know the secret entrances, the back doors. We know the way around. We know where the books are kept. Who will join us? Our wife? Doesn't seem like a good idea for the dynasty if both us and our wife get imprisoned. Our spy master or our friend, another maester. Tancred Zul. That's cool. We're essentially a maester. We're actually an incredibly good maester. Along with our boy, who's already in the Citadel. We've got a man on the inside. Holy shit. This is going to work. I have a good feeling about this one. Speaking of which, Brienne's pregnant. Good work. Alright. The envoy placating with smooth words. Sent an envoy for some reason. I didn't even read that. I just know I didn't really care. We've got much bigger fish to fry. My lord, I have a proposal which might interest you. I'm going to decline that, my friend. We're on a mission of our own. We have uncovered Master Davin's dick. Let's be patient. We don't want to draw suspicion to ourselves. We're arrived at the Citadel. As expected, it's heavily guarded, but we can, of course, just walk straight in because we are meant to be here. There we go. We actually did it. Holy shit. We managed to evade most patrols until you come up outside the treasury. 2 ball guards stand between you and your prize. Use your hermetic knowledge to create a noxious gas. Seems a little bit too far. Oh my god, we can actually do it. Fuck it. Make a noxious gas. Oh my god, it's working. You've dealt with the guards and you're free to search the treasury for your target. Time is short, so we've knocked out the librarian in the Citadel. We knew when his tea schedule was. We've been watching him for months and years. Now we can search carefully for the item. We know roughly where it is. We know where it should be. Maybe a maester's borrowed it and forgot to put it back. It's overdue. Split to cover more ground. Between the two of us, we can definitely track it down. Have we succeeded? Are we going to succeed? That's a great question. After making your escape, you finally feel relieved. You've managed to steal one fine artifact and your foe has no idea. We did it. Master Tancred Zul. Is this suspicious, perhaps, that a Gods of the Storm Maester would help us in our goal to hatch a dragon to further our religion? Maesters are supposed to have no attachments besides their service to the Citadel and the service to the Lord that they work for. How peculiar, how strange that a man whose family we brought to power would help us do this. The Maester conspiracy. There is a big Game of Thrones theory, by the way, that the Maesters are actually out to serve their houses for very... Go and look that up. Ultra did a good video on it. Look at that. Blood and fire, dragon taming, dragon hatching, dragon slaying chance, all up 300%. So even if the dragon goes wrong, try and kill the damn thing. 300% plus another 100% on top. This is big. We actually might stand a goddamn chance the final dragon. And of course, if it works, we can breed that dragon. Dragons can just lay eggs, which are, you know, capable of hatching into dragons. It's not like a chicken that we're going to make a big old dragon pancake. You can just straight up get dragons from dragons. They're like strawberries, you know, they split in half. It's not how strawberries work. Thanks for watching. This has been a great episode. We're a genius. We've ranked up to a dutiful academic. Our skills are nuts. Our traits are nuts. We picked a specialization. More importantly, blood and fire. Or as we like to say, what is it? Ours is the fury. No, we need some better house words than that. Although I can't argue with history, huh? Let's give a shout out to the insane top tier level patrons who made this series possible in the first place. A big thank you to Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Baniel, Sidini, Conspire T, Crazy Pat, Crosis, Danny Good, Donald, Eric B, Escape, Fakuna Vasquez, Fungus King, Harik, Haydog, Jimbo, Josh Lindeen Tesla, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Necrophilim, Pelvis Presley, Surfball the Swede, Soragom, Toby Cruz, Tom Terrier 18, Tyler Kendall, Vacuous Bacchus, and Zazzy 7011. Thank you all for your support at the insane tier levels on Patreon. Thank you for keeping the channel going. If any of you guys don't have your houses yet in game, please feel free to let me know because we will. Well, we already have one spare vacant seat there when we kick out the Faith of 7, so we'll have some other people to give some land to very, very shortly. And of course, when we get that dragon, oh my boy, then everybody's a Stormlander. Shout out as well to Asaro, and in person, Akari. I think I got it right that time. Andrew Wilson, Betimus Max, Sidini, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Duncan 217, Fraser Brennan, Gabriel Faulkner, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, GDWK Run, Genji Zerka, Gray, Haji Damar, Hancock, Aaron McGowan, Icy the Grey, Israel, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Joran de Vries, John Holiday, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beard, Justin Plock, Justin Walters, Llewellyn Thomas, Matthew, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Nixie, Pan Samu, Panther Pearl, Smirtworm, Dean St. Pickle, Venom Meow, Will Wade, Wolfie, and Zico. I apologise if your name wasn't on the screen previous. We're getting patrons actually pretty goddamn quick these days, so thank you very much for your support, but I can't keep up with the list fast enough. Like, some of these names I've added mid-episode just as they've been rolling through the email, so thank you very much for that. It's pretty overwhelming.